Bruce, in a Thursday phone call, the shootings were Tuesday. On Thursday, he calls me, and we're talking, and interestingly enough, his shock was so deep, the first things out of his mouth was, "I'm sorry I didn't see you last Saturday. How did we do?" And I was a little bit incredulous by that. As the conversation wore on, he made it very clear to me, I mean, "Bruce, what can we do for you?" He said, "Please don't let Lauren ever be forgotten." So Lauren, as it works out, was a young lady who was intending to play volleyball at Colorado State University. She was an outstanding scholar as well, scholar athlete. She was a 4.0 student and had intended to be the class valedictorian at Columbine. As a result, that fateful Tuesday, she was in the library over the noon hour when the two subjects, and that's as kind as I could possibly be, came in and began firing. We at the University of Arizona have determined that our freshman of the year, that is a young student athlete who achieves at least a 3.0 grade point average and plays on the varsity team, not the junior varsity or any other one of our development programs, has to be a consistent player on the varsity team, will be the recipient of the Lauren Townsend Award, because she never had that freshman year as a student athlete. So we have an opportunity to introduce those two in 2-year cycles. We take them to Columbine High School. Frank DeAngelis and Bruce and Dawn, his wife, the mother of Lauren, meet us there. We have a tour of the facility, and with a very special bond at the University of Arizona, there's a similar trophy and plaque, as well as at Columbine, right in the spot where the library was over the cafeteria. And we induct, so to speak, those student athletes every 2 years. It's a very moving ceremony. It's something that the 18 to 24-year-old males we take to Columbine High School never, ever forget. And we're just grateful in light of this tragedy that we have a way to salute Lauren, one of the 14 murdered that day, and it's something very special.
Well, obviously, you can tell it means a lot to you, Dave, and congratulations on that wonderful gesture. Who's this year's recipient, by the way? Well,
it was last year's. Interesting enough, we brought Jason Fass, who we've got in uniform today as a hooker out of Sacramento. Last year's was a young man named Michael Haley, who had an outstanding year, started for us at second 5/8 and had a 3.3 grade point average, and ended up moving over to back home to Northern California, goes to St. Mary's. So the Gales got a great one, but he's on the wall as well.
Oh, great. Congratulations, Dave. Great gesture, and good luck today.
Thank you, Brian.
The breadth of the game of rugby from Dave Sitton. Today's halftime has been brought to you by Whole Foods Market for all things good. And we're going to be right back for the second half of this matchup between the University of Arizona Wildcats versus the Buffaloes. See you for the second half.
Be a part of the pulse-pounding world of American rugby with Rugby Magazine. Every issue of Rugby Magazine delivers exciting profiles of U.S. rugby stars and action-packed features on the national teams, the colleges, high schools, and the clubs. Get the latest rugby news and inside tips on skills, strategy, training, and coaching. Go to rugbymag.com and subscribe now. Rugby Magazine, the game, the tradition, the lifestyle.
This season, get to the pitch at Infinity Park in Glendale for all the tries, scrums, and rucks you can handle. Matches start at 2 p.m. and tickets are as low as $5. Text RUGBY to 48696 to receive a coupon for a buy one, get one free ticket to any fall 2009 Raptors rugby match. Visit GlendaleRugby.com for more information and to purchase tickets. Glendale Raptors Rugby, Saturday at 2 p.m. only at Infinity Park in Glendale, Colorado.
To Arthur Guinness for 250 years.
To Arthur.
To Arthur!
Join the worldwide celebration at Guinness.com. Please drink responsibly.
For delicious homemade pizzas, pastas, calzones, and more, come into Old Chicago. Whether it's before the game, after the game, or just to hang out and watch the game, the only place to be is Old Chicago. Eat, drink, be yourself.
In today's fast-paced business environment, your visual communications have to do more than just look good. They have to work. That's where we come in. We're Alpha Graphics, locally owned and operated, right up the street or just a mouse click away. We're your one-stop, full-service visual communication expert. For greater impact, smarter solutions, real results. Make the connection at your local Alpha Graphics Center.
Welcome back to Infinity Park in Glendale, Colorado on a beautiful, brisk fall's afternoon. You wouldn't know it with all the snow on the ground, Brian, but we are just about getting ready to kick off for the second half, where the Colorado Buffaloes have some work to do. They are down 16 points to 0 over the Wildcats of Arizona. Good first half for Arizona once they got into the flow, Brian.
Yeah, I think it was an outstanding first 40 minutes of play by this Wildcat side. And again, you'd mentioned the Buffaloes have some work to do. They certainly do. They're going to play the first 6 minutes shorthanded, and their top player, Tommy Pask, is that man in the sin bin. So a little bit of work ahead of them if they want to get a W today.
Good defense here from Arizona once again. Pass went deep into the hands of Chris Martin, the fullback who was up. But nothing really going on there. So we're going to go back for the scrum here for the knock-on off the kickoff. Colorado in the black and gold, and Arizona in the red jerseys with the dark blue shorts and socks.
And Ray, so far the first 40 minutes, pretty much all Arizona. I think Colorado's deepest penetration. They didn't even get inside the 22-meter line. And there you see the substitution came on actually in the first half. Tyler Chastain for David Sammons. Oh, and a good opportunity here right off the bat.
Here we go, and that's going to be Peter Tiberio. Had a bit of a horror first half, but off the loose play there from the Buffaloes. The number 7 for Arizona, Sean O'Sullivan, snapped the ball up, made the best of the opportunity, fed Tiberio, and they are straight away on the board in the second half. The Wildcats lead 21 points to 0 with the kick to come. Brian, that's not what the Buffaloes needed.
No, just a horror start for them. It was their put in off that knock-on, couldn't handle it. And again, good cleanup work that time by Sean O'Sullivan. Had the sense and the awareness, and there's the pass. Just goes behind the Buffalo back line. And look at O'Sullivan. Did well, took his time picking up that ball, didn't force the knock-on, and then had the wherewithal to get it outside to Peter Tiberio. And Tiberio dots down his first try and the Wildcats second, and the lead increases. Getzler, he's been spot on today, 4 for 4 so far. He had 2 kicks in the first half from just about the same angle.
And Getzler keeps the record perfect, 5 for 5. That extends the Wildcats lead 23 points to 0 over the Buffaloes. As we have a look here, this pass just went behind the man, and like a good open side flanker, Sean O'Sullivan right on the spot. Cleans it up, gets it to a support player. That's all she wrote, Brian.
The 2 Colorado Buffaloes surrounding O'Sullivan. He knew he had the presence with Tiberio outside him. Just a little pop pass. Didn't give him anything too hard to handle. And all he had to do was pretty much fall in the try zone. But another good start by this U of A side. The first mistake by the skipper, P.J. Canterbury, on a restart. Was pretty solid early on in this game. And let's see if CU can take advantage. They really have to get something going here. They're 23-0. There's Tucker Brock, number 16, comes into the hooker position, replacing Reggie Bryant.
Pause, engage. I'll talk to him about that foot. Use it. It's out.
Big pressure there.